Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Azmina Nisa binti Ibrahim. I am from Bachelor of Science Honors Biology. Today I will be presenting my final year project entitled of Antioxidant and Antibacterial Activities of Hylochaereus polyhydrous pills. This study is under supervision Dr. Karunisa binti Ahmad Kamil with co-supervision Madam Sarina binti Muhammad. From this presentation, I will explain regarding four aspects, which is the introduction that contain of four components, secondly the literature review, the third one the results and discussion, and the last one which is the conclusion and recommendation. Let's move on to the research background. Dragon fruit, also known as pitaya. Pitaya is an exotic fruit because of its shape and appealing flesh and skin colors. Dragon fruit skin contains of vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin A, terpenoids, flavonoids, thiamine, niacin, pyridoxine, cobalamin, phenolic keratin, and phytoalbumin, which might have antioxidants and antibacterial properties. Based on my study, in this food and beverage industry, the unused section of fruits and vegetables account for 80% of the waste in Malaysia. Not only that, the number of studies on antioxidant and antibacterial activities of red dragon fruit in Malaysia are quite low and outdated. Furthermore, the lack of variations in study the antibacterial test on Hylochaereus polyhydrous fruit as commonly used to gram-positive bacteria from Staphylococcus aureus. This study is really significant because people will begin to fully utilize the dragon fruit by creating new products, as well as this can reduce the Malaysia food waste problem. Further study will benefit in providing some empirical data to support the current knowledge on both aspects of antioxidant and antibacterial potential of this fruit. The objective of this study can be divided into two parts, which is to analyze antioxidant activity of Hylochaereus polyhydrous pill extract using 2,2-diphenol-picryl-hydrazole DPPH assay, and also to evaluate the antibacterial activity of Hylochaereus polyhydrous pill extracts against two bacteria, which is the Bacillus leishmaniaformis and also the Escherichia coli, using this division method. Dragon fruit is mainly found in Southeast Asia with two kind of species, which is the Hylochaereus undulatus, the white dragon fruit as shown at the left figure, and also the Hylochaereus polyhydrous, the red dragon fruit as shown at the right figure from slide. The DPPH assay is an antioxidant test that showing the changes of the purple color into the yellowish color of as the antioxidant molecule shows its ability and tendency to neutralize the DPPH radicals. Meanwhile, for the antibacterial activity, it is commonly being tested using this division method. The zone inhibition is measured by using the ruler when there's a clear zone present around the antibiotic disc or extract disc. It also can be summarized that the selected bacteria shows its sensitivity towards specific antibiotic and extract disc, as this is influenced by the presence of the specific antibacterial compounds. For the results and discussion in antioxidant tests by using DPPH method. The left bar chart showing the DPPH scavenging activity of Hylochaereus polyhydrous extract, while the right bar chart showing the DPPH scavenging activity of the standard ascorbic acid. Actually, for the bar chart, the x-axis is referred to the concentrations of the ascorbic acid or the concentration of the extract, while the y-axis is referred to the value for the percent inhibition. When the concentrations of the extract or when the concentrations of the ascorbic acid is increasing, therefore the value of the percent inhibition will increasing as well. Theoretically, a high value of IC50 will mean a low scavenging radical activity, or that means a low value of percent inhibition, which this can indicate the low antioxidant activity and vice versa. Apart from this, from the bar chart, it also shows the equation y equals mx plus c, that from this we can summarize the calculation for the value of IC50. In this study, the IC50 value for the ascorbic acid is smaller compared to the Hylochaereus polyhydrous pill extract. On this slide is much more further explanations for the comparison on the DPPH scavenging activity of the ascorbic acid, as referred to the blue color bar, and the Hylochaereus polyhydrous pills at the red color bar. Since the IC50 value of the ascorbic acid is smaller and it also having a greater amount of the percent inhibitions, especially at the highest concentration of ascorbic acid, which is 100 microgram per ml. Therefore, it can be finalized that the ascorbic acid to have a greater and also a strong and a better antioxidant activity compared to the halogenerous polysospil. And another evidence is also being shown through the changes of the purple color of DPPH by the ascorbic acid concentration at 60 and also 100 microgram per ml, as can be observed through the feature on the slide. In this antioxidant test, even though the halogenerous polysospil extract didn't show the changes of the yellowish color of DPPH, but still with the highest value of the percent inhibitions of the halogenerous polysospil extract at 100 microgram per ml concentrations, it definitely shows that it has the tendency to scavenge the DPPH radicals. The next results and discussion analysis for antibacterial tests using this division method. From this slide, there are two different and separate tables that indicates the analysis on two different bacterial species. From the left table, it shows the Bacillus licheniformis species, while the right table showing the species from the E. coli of the gram-negative bacteria. The zone inhibition range that have been listed from the slide, it shows a specific that can determine either the antibacterial response of the halogenerous polysospil extract and also the antibacterial response by the positive control, either to determine either the response is a weak, intermediate, strong, or the strongest antibacterial response. From both tables, let's move on the effect of the response of the antibacterial response by the extract concentration. As assumed, when the concentration of extract is increased or greater, therefore the antibacterial activity will be definitely greater and increase. From these results, it's shown that the zone inhibition of halogenerous polysospil extracts, especially at the highest concentration of 100 microgram per ml, it has been shown that it has a strong antibacterial response against the E. coli species compared to the intermediate response by the B. licheniformis. Secondly, for the positive control response, in this study, the ampicillin antibiotic has been used to study as the positive control, and for both bacteria, it shows the similar result as that the ampicillin shows a strong antibacterial response against both bacteria. Last but not least, for the negative control, as the usage of 5% DMSO or dimethyl sulfoxide, it has been proven that both bacteria has no antibacterial activity with the result of zero zone inhibition. From this slide, the figure from the right of the slide showing the example of the clear zone inhibition by the positive control of ampicillin antibiotic. For the conclusions and recommendation, in conclusion, the methanolic extract of halogenerous polysospils are proven to have a good potential in scavenging DPPH free radicals with the higher percent inhibition of 71.047%, but still the ascorbic acid have a better antioxidant activity. Apart from this, for the antibacterial test, using this division test, among the triplicate runs of this division test, the red dragon fruit pill extract at 100 microgram per ml have shown a strong antibacterial response against E. coli compared to the Bacillus licheniformis. As a recommendation, in further research should be done to compare the effectiveness of evaporated extract between using a hot plate and rotary evaporator, as during this study a hot plate is being used. Moreover, try to compare the results of this division test on Bacillus licheniformis when using a standard Kirby biotis or substitute using a Webman filter paper in future analysis. Indeed, B. licheniformis species is actually unfamiliar being studied for antibacterial tests during previous study. I think that's all for me. Thank you everyone.